Welcome back to Kevy's Kitchen, everybody. We're making a healthy recipe today. We're actually doing chicken with quinoa, tomatoes, and spinach. We're going to start with some Roma tomatoes. We've got a little garlic base. It's really, really good stuff, made by Better Than Bouillon. A little low sodium chicken broth. Of course, the star of the show, quinoa. We have some fresh spinach here. Nothing fancy, just gets the job done from Publix. And there you have it. For our seasonings, we're going to use a spicy garlic jalapeno, a little beer can chicken seasoning, put that on most things. My go-to for subtle heat, nice and smoky. And then some smoked paprika. What up, Kitty in the background? We are going to start out by using some chicken tenders here. Shout out to Jasmine and Karen for the idea to do something a little healthier. You know, we're all trying to be healthy around this quarantine situation, but you know, do we always have to be? Do we always? But this is a dish I put together just for a meal prep idea. We're actually going to take this chicken, you're going to trim off any of the extra cartilage that might be left on from the store, and you're going to cube it up bite-sized pieces and set that aside in a glass bowl. Season the chicken. You know, just sprinkle till the spirit tells you to stop. Enough, my child. I'm here about that smack life, the chop life. If you don't know about it, just get on it. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. On that chicken. People underestimate the power of a good beer can chicken. It's so delicious, like absolutely ridiculous. My cat's always super duper nosy, always in the shop. And we're gonna, you know, mix everything really well, combine it really, really good, make sure everything is evenly coated. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you hang out with us and stick around for a little while. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Did we forget another ingredient? Really, Kevin? Really? A little oregano never hurt nobody. Oregano. Soon I'm going to be actually harvesting my own fresh herbs for the first time. And then your chicken should be nice and coated, just like so. Focus. And then we'll move on to our next step. We're going to dice an onion roughly. Not pretty. This onion is just, you know, slippery. Oops, I sneezed. Bless me. Other sneeze. Yeah, I guess I'm not really sure because I don't really get down with keto-based dishes, but I think this is keto friendly. I have to do a bit more research into it. But my only mission for this dish was to use something or to make something that was gonna be healthier because, you know, I'm looking at the camera right now and I can see my quarantine 15. It's not cute, but I think we've all gained a little. We're gonna let that go. I'm gonna slap a little medium fire, and then we hit the little oil in there. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Make sure your pan is nice and hot. Little oil's in there on a medium high heat. There you go. And we're gonna brown our chicken. Once again, don't forget to hit that like button, friends. It really helps out the channel. I wholeheartedly appreciate you all for rocking with me. All 603 of y'all. But I need more. My goal is to get to 1,000. Can we do that? Help a brother out. And we're going to let that chicken brown up nice and good and use all the rendering behind it before we move on to our next steps in adding in our veggies. Give that a good stir. A little more seasoning. That was actually grill seasoning. Give it a little toss, give it a little shake, and our chicken is done. Now we're gonna hit it with a little more extra virgin olive oil. Our chicken's over on the side steaming. We're gonna add in our onions. And we're gonna sweat those out just a little bit. Nothing super crazy. I love the way sauteed onions smell. It's so intoxicating. Now we're gonna add our tomatoes. Secret ingredient, that roasted garlic base. So good. I cannot believe this is a new thing on the market. Like, I'm here for it. It added such a degree of flavor. It was so intoxicating. I'm like, I'm not gonna miss a single drop of this. Really want to sweat out the tomatoes. They release all their natural sweetness and that bright, brilliant, herbaceous taste. And typically this would be a dish that I would put minced garlic in or fresh garlic, but because of that garlic base, I don't have to do that. Now we're gonna add our chicken back into this dish to really let those flavors start to marinate and get familiar with one another. Stir it up real good. Stir it up real good. Stir it up real good. Doesn't that look beautiful? Like, it's so inviting already. I know I said that word a bunch today, but that's just how this dish is making me feel in my spirit. I'm totally off camera having a cocktail right now, don't judge me. So we're adding in our spinach. Now, spinach, like most leafy greens, tend to be very puffy. When you put it into a dish, you're like, that's too much. The one thing you should always know about spinach, if you don't know, like spinach and collard greens and those kinds of things will always release their moisture and reduce down. So you're definitely gonna be able to add more to this dish. And I only bought one bag. Sometimes it's like, is that even enough? I don't know. Let's find out. And you really just want to give it a stir, let the heat from the tomatoes and the onions and the chicken really start to, as you see here, wilt that spinach down, giving us enough room in the pan to add more. Now we're going to start off with quinoa. Everybody's afraid of quinoa. Doesn't really taste like much, but like most things, they're like, it's how do we make it? It's really difficult. You read the instructions, people. That's what you got to do. Literally, 2 cups of quinoa, 4 cups of liquid. That's what you're gonna need. So it was literally the entire quart of chicken stock plus some water that I needed for that. And you want to bring this to a boil while we look at the other pan. That's all reduced down. I'm going to add some more spinach to that because I totally need to. You're going to let this come to a vigorous boil. And then you're going to cover it and reduce your heat down and simmer it until it's done. And this process will take about 15 minutes total. Hence the vigorous boil. Then I reduced the heat and covered. Now there's our simmer, and we're getting close to being done now. Just letting the liquid finish absorbing. You'll know that quinoa is done. I'll hold the quinoa up to you so you can see. You'll know it's starting to be done when a little tail appears around the grains. Do you see that little white string? That's a telltale sign that your quinoa is perfect. I actually tasted a little bit off camera, and it was the most flavorful quinoa I personally have ever had, because you know I had to add some roasted garlic base to it, and it's wonderful. And here we have the finished quinoa. This is great to go with everything. Look at that. All that fiber and heart health material ready for you. Nutritious, delicious. This dish doesn't really have a name. It's just all over. Back to Kevy's Kitchen, everybody, and here we have it. Look at this. We've got our chicken essenced quinoa, fresh spinach, some tomatoes, some seasoned chicken tenders. You can't really get healthier. I mean, you could, it just wouldn't taste as good. But I listened to my friends in the comments who asked for some meal prep ideas and some healthier alternatives, because you know we're all going through our quarantine 15, or in my case, or quarantine 20, but we're working on it. So let's get in this dish and see what it do. Ooh. Go quinoa. It's your birthday. Go quinoa. Hey! Yeah, you can really taste the freshness in all of it. So juicy. So good. So healthy. One thing I do know is I can never be a person to sacrifice flavor and seasonings for health. I tried, it is just not in my genetic makeup to do. But, I digress, this is still really delicious. Shout out to all 587 subscribers. Super duper excited that you've chosen to rock with me in the kitchen fam. I wholeheartedly appreciate you. This bite's for you. Stay tuned. We have lots of new and exciting things coming up in the future. I'm so sorry. Y'all already know. I can't even continue to speak. So I'll see you next week.